Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for September 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your monthly reading for September. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And as I shuffle the cards, I'll let you know astrologically what to expect in the month ahead. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know regarding the month of September? Can you please show them what to expect? Well, we have officially moved into Virgo season, and let's just face facts with that. This is a really big month for a number of reasons. It will literally be the wild card energetically that bridges us all to a very intense climactic month of October. Anyway, let's not get ahead of ourselves and focus on September 1st, shall we? Heavyweight planets Pluto and Uranus are here to shake things up a little bit, as if we weren't already dealing with quite a lot. And of course, Saturn clashes with the new moon on the 2nd, but you will feel that effect for the weeks to come. And there is also a full moon eclipse on the 17th of September to top things off. But let's just take a moment to catch your breath and really dissect this to see how you can utilize this energy to benefit or enrich your life personally in some way. Well, firstly, Virgo season encourages us all to be the best version of ourselves, to get practical, organized, and make serious progress to stay on track to reach our goals. Saturn is also a very hard taskmaster, making sure that we get back to basics, remain grounded and focused in all your endeavors. So you may feel called to detox this month or set new health goals in motion, or even feel compelled to cast a critical eye on parts of your life that you feel could run a little bit smoother. But do be mindful to be compassionate with your wonderful self, because to pursue perfection, of course, it can be a very destructive energy. Well, cleaning house metaphorically or repairing things physically, DIY, decluttering, and completing anything that you've started will be a primary focus for you this month. But we do need to take a bit of a deep dive into the difficult stuff. So if you'd rather not hear about the intense influences that the planetary alignments have in store for us this month, then please fast forward this bit until all the cards are on the table. And if that's you, see you on the other side. And for the rest of you who want to stay on, let's talk about the combustible planet Uranus. It slows down to a stationary retrograde position on the 2nd of September. So it's already happening, it's already in motion, and it will be affecting us for a couple of weeks and months. Now, I want you to be aware it's in the sign of Taurus, and this really is a big deal, as Uranus is a rebellious planet that tends to shock us or awaken us with brutal, global, or personal truths. It can cause sudden restructures, U-turns on promises, disruptions, and even chaos. It can also amplify seismic or volcanic activity, of course, because it is an earth element. It is in the sign of Taurus, so that can mean that there are earthly restructures going on. So you may see some sort of volcanic activity going on, an increase in it, especially in volcanoes that have lain dormant for quite some time. Also, tornado or hurricane strengths or weather systems in general may be stronger too. And from now until October, we could see large-scale power or internet outages, major travel disruptions too. Now, Uranus tends to break things apart to shift the pressure. to abolish things that are no longer working, to force us on a personal but also on a global scale to transform, fix, or find a solution for the better. And what we do need to keep an eye on is the fact that Uranus is currently in the sign of Taurus. So we could see a critical wobble in the financial sector, or even a change in some countries of how they interact with money as a physical, tangible asset. So I would say it'd be a great idea now to save down any financial statements as proof of funds, or any important documents, projects that you're working on, because there may be some gremlins in the system. Now, I'm not here to worry or scare anyone, and it may not happen in all places all at once, but I only mention this because Pluto also re-enters Capricorn, and the last time that happened was in 2008, if you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, there was a financial crisis just as these astrological events were occurring. So I just thought I'd mention it. I'm not saying that we're going to have a repeat of that cycle, but it could lend itself to some pretty turbulent energy. Now, of course, it's not all doom and gloom, and I have to be honest, and most of you who have stayed to listen to this part can already feel the shift, and you can pretty much see where things could be headed. But on a positive note, this combination could expose major corruption in long-standing establishments to finally tear down the curtain of secrecy, revealing global truths, shocking news that brings change to the status quo. There could also be some breakthroughs in new technology too. You know, this combination of Uranus and Pluto could also see a sudden removal of a political figure, and there could be some restructures going on there as well. On a global scale, there is a lot going on in the next 3 months, and September, I'm not going to lie to you, it is the catalyst for all of that. But on a personal level, you know, challenging situations, they actually draw people together. Unity, choosing to coexist in harmony, perhaps even inspire some people to look at alternative paths. More millionaires are actually made during these times too, so it can be very, very positive. And remember, we are currently in Virgo season, and that will be influencing us all. And Virgo is the great strategist, the calm in the chaos, who locks onto the goal beyond the chaos and strides boldly towards successfully making life happen on your own terms, regardless of the circumstances outside of yourself. It's about leaving the familiar and embracing the extraordinary. Okay, so definitely embrace this combustible energy. It will work with you and not against you. And of course, I have saved the best for last because we have a glorious trine as our saving grace. It will take the edge off some of this energy. Venus will be in Libra, forming a trine with Jupiter, planet of good luck, auspicious energy, and positive outcomes. So for you personally, anything that you've been working hard to accomplish will be met with positive results. So if you're looking for love, opportunities to meet new people are being sent your way. If you're in a relationship, good times lie ahead as you team up to overcome any challenges, stride towards success, and deepen your loving connection. But looking at your cards for the month, there is some radical change going on here. I definitely see that you are changing your energy in some way, or your environment in some way, or the way that you approach things so that you can have a better outcome. I mean, your final card is the Ten of Cups, which is joy, happiness, success, good fortune, peace, and serenity. You're trying to protect your inner peace, and some of you are ruminating on new ideas on how to do something. Could be that you're launching a new business, becoming an entrepreneur. Some of you, it could be that finally, after a long period of being out of a relationship, you find love, or you are attracted to somebody who really has that spark, that missing ingredient. But if you know my readings, I mean, your first card there is a Tower, okay? So this is radical change. But if you know my readings, they always come with a Wheel of Fortune. Some changes, some surprises are not negative. They can be really, really positive. This can be a radical turn of events of good fortune. Suddenly, if you've been feeling stuck, suddenly you see the way forward, and you stride towards better times. But I mean, let's really dissect this energy. You've got your 6th house going on. It's influencing you at the beginning of the month. And this is all about daily routines, okay? Schedules, focusing on work, paying bills, basically your savings plans, budgets, repayment plans, tasks, and responsibilities. Even if you're not in a career, you're retired, or you're currently looking for a job, for example, basically you're making sure that life runs smoothly. And this house, it can feel a little bit dull and boring, like nothing is really happening because you're just doing your day-to-day stuff on autopilot, okay? So maybe that's why that tower is showing up for you, to really highlight areas where routine or repetitive cycles have made you feel really stuck or low vibrational energy. Because you're a fire element, when you feel stuck for quite some time, it's like combustible energy. So I feel some of you are trying to break out of a cycle of repeat, because remember, the Wheel of Fortune can also represent a cycle and a change of lanes, shall we say. Also, I feel like a lot of you have been under pressure recently just to keep life moving forward, to remain inspired. I definitely see here that with the Temperance card in the resistance position, some of you are super exhausted. You've been pushed and pulled in many different directions. You've been trying to blend everything to make it work smoothly, and it's been a lot. So something has to give. When you've got the Tower energy, it can indicate that you're trying to hold it all together. But this month in September, I feel like you're being very, very discerning about where you put your energy, and you're being super honest with yourself. If something is not working for you, I feel like you're sort of mature enough to say, you know what? This is not meant for me anymore. I'm evolving from it. Some of you, it's like I've outgrown something. This could be a pattern or a cycle repeat. It could be a person, for example, with that King of Swords there. There could be someone who always keeps you waiting or always promises to meet up with you and cancels last minute. There could be a boss who's micromanaging you, or perhaps it's someone who basically reaches out when they really need something and then they just ghost you when you want to build a friendship or relationship with that person. Whatever it is that you feel is negative in your life, or perhaps not moving forward, you're just like reconstructing, and I feel like you're rebuilding in some way after like phasing something out. So I definitely see here that this restructure is working well for you. Now the Tower, it's in your protagonist energy. So it means that you are the one who is bringing radical change to your life. You really are a force to be reckoned with this month. When you get this card, it can indicate you're looking at areas in your life where you've been complacent. You've allowed something to get to a critical point, and now it needs your serious attention. Because we have the Eight of Swords there, don't shoot the messenger when I say this. It could be that you've been ignoring something or putting something to the back burner, but now it needs your attention. So for example, if an expiry date is coming up on something that's very important, it could be documents, could be a certificate, it could be that you've been thinking, you know what, I'll do that later, and suddenly the deadline is looming and you're like, oh, I should have done that a couple of weeks ago because now I got to post it off, I got to make the deadline. Now, looking at your energy, I feel like you will make that deadline, but it could be that this month it draws attention to things that are critical that you can no longer ignore. For example, it could be a really sort of delicate conversation with a person that you've been meaning to have this conversation with this person for quite some time. It's not that you've been putting it off. It can be that you're trying to find the right words to say or how to articulate yourself. And although you just want to let it all out and say, look, this is how I'm feeling. And, Aries, you tend to be very sort of honest, open, and straight to the point. When you've got to say something, you say it. But with that Eight of Swords there, it can be that you've either been waiting and watching, trying to find all the right variables to sort of work something out first before you approach the conversation. Could also be that if it's critical, you could be like, I can't believe that this person wasn't thoughtful when they did this. Perhaps someone has said something that either wounded you or caused injury in some way. It could also be that you're just waiting to see if this person is going to apologize, and then you just take them up on it if they're not going to. Because I get a sense with that Eight of Swords, it's almost like, not that you didn't want it to be true, it's almost like you didn't want to face it at this time. But September will be that month where you basically address the issue. So if you feel like you've been working really hard in the office, for example, and you feel that more and more work is being piled on top of you, if there's reconstructions going on in the working environment, perhaps there are some redundancies, or you are noticing people not pulling their weight, and more is being asked of you, you may have a critical conversation with your boss or HR perhaps and say, look, I love my job and I'm totally, at capacity right now. It would be amazing if I could get support, but I understand perhaps budgets right now don't lend itself to that. Is there a way of somehow spacing the work out in a manageable fashion? Or perhaps, maybe if I stay longer in the office, is there an incentive for me to get some extra money, for extra hours in the office? I feel some of you may negotiate better deals this month when it comes to work, but again, I feel there has to be a level of diplomacy and understanding about the situation first before you approach it, okay? For some of you, it could be that you were promised a promotion or some sort of raise there and it hasn't materialized and you're like, okay, so I feel there's an energy here of smashing through a glass ceiling, especially when it comes to working environments. I feel there is some really good luck happening here, and I feel there is an energy of promotion because you have the Empress there. When you apply it to anything to do with business, it means either you're setting up your own business, becoming your entrepreneur, and if you work for a company, then this is a promotion being offered to you, something that's fruitful, but I feel it requires you to be really flexible, and there is a little bit more work that goes with it. But I also feel like you get to express yourself creatively or take charge of the role and really make a name for yourself, okay? Now, moving away from the work or career sector, this could be that you are finally blowing the lid on something. Perhaps you've been keeping something to yourself, watching and waiting, analyzing a situation, and now it's got critical. You must say something. You actually need to draw a line in the sand on something and say enough is enough. And I feel it will be an honest, open, but also diplomatic conversation that will be resolved, actually. So if it is someone in your family, perhaps that there is some sort of conflict or a discussion that gets a little bit heated, I feel that it'll clear the air is what I'm being given, because I get this energy of pressure. It's like everyone trying to understand that each person is under their own level of pressure. And then when you have a mix of people coming together, sometimes it can be a little bit combustible, if you know what I mean. But also this could be you liberating yourself from something that you feel has been limiting you. And it can be that either it's a food substance or it's a routine, or you feel that you want a little bit more spontaneity in your life. It could also be that you feel you're cutting out toxic situations across the board because you've been in a cycle of repeat and things have got critical. Could be that suddenly you've developed an allergy to something that you really love, or you feel like, oh, I didn't want to have to give it up completely, but maybe enough is enough. And your body is saying, that's the end. Now, also, the Tower energy can be, of course, a surprise, and it's going to happen really fast. I feel you don't see it coming, right? Because I know you're already in September when you get this reading, but I feel there is something really exciting that you don't see coming, okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune is there, it is positive. So this could be some really good news. I'm going to pull a card on it just to see what it is for you. For some of you with the Lover's card, it's love. Love at first sight. It's passionate, it's raw, and it's right on time. It's a divine opportunity to meet your soulmate. But we do have that Eight of Swords there. So it could be that some of you, you may meet this person through a friend. For some of you, this could also be a business partnership. Suddenly you meet someone at an event or through a friend and you see that you could partner up with this person in business, and it's a great opportunity for you. It will bring a lot of abundance and prosperity there. But also I feel this is about you cutting out things in life in general that are preventing you from getting the lifestyle that you aspire to. So I feel like you're being critical with your time. I feel like you're being very critical with your energy, making sure that you channel it into things that benefit you or enhance your happiness. You're following your heart. So I definitely see here that some of you are manifesting something that you've been yearning for quite some time. And I feel one of the surprises in the month of September, it seems to be connected to it, but it's not it, if that makes sense. It's almost like a stepping stone to something that you desire, but it's an indication from the universe that you're going to get the whole package of whatever it is that you want. So whether it's the bonus, whether it's a raise, whether it's a house in the country, whether it's to move abroad, whether it's just a happy family unit where everyone's healthy, happy, whether it's more money, whatever it is that you are manifesting, because it's going to be different for everyone. it's going to be showing up for you, but it feels like an indication of it occurs in the month of September. We got the Sun card. You're going to love it, okay? Sun card, very positive, joy. Now, it could also be that for some of you, you're looking at vulnerable areas, okay? And what I mean by that is, for example, if you have an intolerance to something, you know, I would just watch out for that. If you have an intolerance to something, or if you have an allergy to something, I would also watch out for that. It just feels a little bit tentative. Just be mindful, especially if you have a severe allergy to something and you're eating out, for example. I would just double, triple check with your waiter or waitress, or, you know, the kitchen itself, and say, look, I am critically allergic to this thing. I mean, looking at the energy, they're listening, okay? I feel it's all going to be fine, but it's really important to express it, and don't forget about saying, oh, you know, I'm allergic to this thing. If you are eating out with, you know, a restaurant or food, or people who do not know what you typically are allergic to, okay? That's coming through there briefly. I would also say, and this may not resonate for everyone, but I would say some of you, your eye checkup is due. I mean, I don't see anything critical there, okay? Even though the Tower is there with the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Swords, I feel, you know, it seems to be positive. Your outcome is very, very positive, but it could mean that either you need like an upgrade in lenses in some way, or perhaps you just are checking something out with someone who's in a position of authority to check something out. But again, looking at the energy, you feel happy with the outcome. So that's just coming up there as well. I would also say, if you, because I'm being given by my guides, some of you have just been reminded that you have an eye appointment this month, and you didn't want to forget it, okay? It doesn't seem like it's critical, but you may have forgotten it, and this reading is actually going to give you a nudge about it. Of course, not everyone is going to connect to that, but it's popped out, so I have to honor it. But the Sun card is also spiritually an awakening. So some of you, I feel like you may see things differently. Suddenly, I feel with the Eight of Swords, this is about you releasing yourself from denial on something, or seeing things as they are. You know, it's almost like you have fresh new eyes this month, where you basically release anything that's clouded your vision. Also, I feel this is about you having the strength and courage to face a fear. Some of you may literally face a fear this month. I mean, Aries, you're pretty fearless, okay? You're a fire element, you're bold, you're daring, you're going out there and you're happening to life. But also it depends where other placements are, you know, like your moon sign, rising sign, all of those things. So there may be a fear that you are facing, and whether it's a fear of heights, whether it's a fear, I'm just being given a fear of birds. That may not resonate with everyone, but for some of you it may. It's almost like when you face this fear, you're like, oh, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Okay, so whatever it is, I feel like you wish you'd done it sooner, and you actually overcome it quite quickly, which is really positive. Now, the Sun card, of course, it is a card of abundance. So I feel like with these cards here, I mean, there's no finances attached to your reading here. It doesn't mean you're not thinking about your finances, but I would say that if you enter a competition, there is a good chance you're going to win this month. So I would say, you know, I'm also getting an energy on something that you've been waiting for, something patiently you feel, whether it's you're checking your mail for something, or whether it's something you've been working towards for a long time, there is a strong indication that good news is attached to it, and it's coming in the month of September for you, okay? So I feel that it's positive. Whatever this Tower is, it's working for you. But I mean, this can all be like something that you couldn't see before. Suddenly you've got clarity on it. I mean, you could be problem solving something this month, and suddenly all the information comes to you, because we have that King of Swords there, which is an information download. For some of you, you're reaching the next stage of something. So it could be that you're having a breakthrough. You could be at a certain plateau in your career, or at a personal development stage. You're at a crossroads. Suddenly you make a big breakthrough and you're moving on up is what I see there. Now, the Hangman, of course, it's in the resistance position. I feel like you've sacrificed a lot to make your life work as smoothly as possible. And I feel like there is a payoff here. There's some really good stuff coming your way. The Hangman can also indicate that currently, in the month of September, you're thinking about ending old ways of doing things or anything that's been restricting you or holding you back in life, whether that's a person, situation, neighborhood, opportunities. I feel like you're cutting out distraction as well, and you are super focused to get your target. Also, I feel a lot of you are in need of a rest. You tend to override that feeling of being exhausted, and you keep powering on through. This could get critical in the month of September, so make sure that you get quality rest. But also, I feel there is an energy here that some of you, it's almost like you may have felt in limbo in some area of your life, like you've almost been on autopilot. And when things are not happening for you or you can't see results, you tend to get very frustrated because you are a fire element. And I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised in the month of September because it feels like you can finally see things are happening, or you can see some sort of evidence that success is tangible for you. And I feel projects that you're working on, you're going to see them flourish and thrive. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a month where you are going to be super busy. You've got the Empress energy, which means you're going to be very productive. You're going to be very creative in some way, or you could be hearing something on the grapevine that you think could apply to your life. Whether this is actually from your guides or it's a source, a person who is telling you some information that can benefit you, I actually see someone imparting their wisdom that can help you. Now, it could be that you are looking to structure your life in a certain way, or you've been trying to enter into a lucrative club, for example, membership club, or maybe it's that you want to be acknowledged and recognized for all the hard work and sacrifice that you've been putting into making life work on your own terms. And I feel a lot of people may be celebrating you this month, especially at the end. So it feels like either you win something or you accomplish something, there is a breakthrough, and I feel like you're really proud of yourself, whatever that is. It almost feels like your dreams are becoming a reality, and you can see the steps that you've taken to get there, and it feels like you're close to achieving something, but it feels very much like it's the first signs of evidence that it's happening for you, and it's a stepping stone to something more. So, for example, if you've been searching for a house, you want to buy real estate, could be that you've been looking for different areas. Finally, you find an area that you feel at home in, and now you got to search for the property. Could be that you find a property in an area that you don't particularly like, and suddenly you find that you can use the realtor who's got like alternative options in a different neighborhood. But seeing a property that you really liked, but finding out actually you don't like the neighborhood, it's put you in contact with the realtor, and now they can tell you about alternative opportunities elsewhere. Same with if you go for a lucrative opportunity, it can be that perhaps you find out that, but I'm getting two energies here, so I'll park that bit in a moment. If you're trying to go for an opportunity, it can be that you've had some level of disappointment, it didn't go your way, and that's because something better is being matched with you at this time. Although I do see some of you, if you've gone for an interview and you're waiting to hear for news about this, I feel like it's good news, okay? So, yeah, that's coming through there as well. Now, we do have the King of Swords, and it's in the resistance position. And when you get that card, it can literally indicate a person who has been manipulative or not been 100% with the truth. And it could be that you uncover a secret or expose something, or you are aware of something that you're not really sure what to do with it. It's like maybe you keep it to yourself and you're just watching and waiting to see if that person reveals it or how they're going to deal with the situation. I feel it gives you a lot of power in your situation. I feel like you're not going to manipulate the situation to benefit you, which is really positive because karma always comes back around. But I feel like, you may either, it's almost like, I don't know what kind of situation this could be. it's almost like you may talk to somebody else about it or warn someone else about it and say, look, this is what's been happening, right? I just want to give you the heads up on it so that you're aware and don't get caught out with this person. I'm not really sure what that energy is, so I've got to leave that there. I can't really follow that energy any further because I don't really know where it's leading to, but just watch out for that. I feel like your good turn in this situation actually comes back around, and the person that you help or advise actually later on in life will also do a good turn for you. Even though you're not trying to get something beneficial out of the situation, this person will remember your good deed. Now, the King of Swords is an energy of strategy. It's an energy of planning. So some of you are really thinking about new ways of doing life. It could be a lifestyle change. For some of you, this is your strategy towards your plans. I feel, if I got to be honest, yes, there is a little bit of a surprise going on for you at the beginning of the month, but a lot of your energy is business as usual. It's basically keeping life ticking over. I mean, your 12th house is influencing you at the end of the month, and that's all about the deepest part of your chart. So you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual. You know, when you have the King of Swords in the resistance position, it can lend itself to a little bit more sensitive energy. Rather than using logic, you're following your emotions. But with the Lover's card there as your outcome energy, it means that you will balance this out. So some of you, this is about connecting to your higher self on a spiritual level. You may embark on a deeper spiritual path, implementing rituals or spiritual practices, developing a deeper sense of awareness to receive important downloads from your guides. This is also a period of withdrawing to focus on projects that you've been super busy with over time, and you may need to kick back and relax and recharge your batteries after that as well. Also, you may think about a spiritual retreat during this time, or book one, maybe something that's, you know, that you're planning for next year perhaps, but I really get an energy of you being very cerebral this month, and also like revisiting ideas that you've had in the past that you've put on the back burner. I feel like you could incorporate those over the next coming weeks and months, and they will be very beneficial for you as well. Emotionally beneficial, but also financially is what I'm being given there too. Now, the King of Swords, it tends to mean that you are pro at whatever it is you turn your hand to. So I feel like you're going to be super organized this month. Communication is going to be on point if you're trying to negotiate better deals in different areas of your life, whether you're negotiating with your child, for example, especially if they're a toddler, or whether you are negotiating a better deal when you're purchasing something. I feel like you've got what it takes to influence the situation and calm it down or get that better deal. Also, I'm being given an energy here of a friend that you haven't talked to for quite some time. They could reach out, but I feel the real question is, why did they withdraw? Okay, so I feel this could be a conversation that you have with this friend. They may tell you what's been going on there. I feel like they've withdrawn because they've been going through a bit of a turbulent time. Something disruptive has gone on in their life and they're feeling a little bit chaotic. So I feel like they withdrew, but I feel like an honest, open conversation with you helps them really see things in a different perspective. And I feel like, you know, they're really grateful that they have that. I'm being given, oh, okay, I don't really talk like this, but this is what I'm being given, a tete-a-tete, a head-to-head, okay? So maybe this person is French, or you are, or perhaps you speak French, or, I mean, maybe you just call it a tete-a-tete. So I'm just going to move away from that energy, but I feel right now a lot of you are trying to get clear in your mind about your next steps. Okay, next steps of your plan. I mean, ultimately, you just want everyone to get along. You want to connect to your family, your friends. You just want to lead a good life, you know, serenity, peace, good fortune, well-being, paying attention to what matters most to you, living with simplicity. I feel those are important to you. Of course, ambition is important and accomplishing great things. But for some of you, that could manifest in you really, especially with your 12th house, thinking about what's it all about, life, you know, philosophical thoughts about your place in the world, the legacy that you're leaving, you know, what is your purpose, what drives you, what gets in your way, who distracts you, what distracts you, do you get up in your thoughts? because it can indicate that you have put a lot on your plate right now. You're at capacity, for example. So you always tend to be a person who tries to help people out. So although you've got lots of things on your plate, you could be saying yes to a lot of people who need your help. Could be family members, could be friends, could be co-workers, and sometimes it gets a little bit frustrating. You offer your help in good faith, but at the same time, you know that you have other things that you need to do that are critical for you. So having that balance is important. And if you find that you're doing a lot of things for other people all the time and you're not having any time for you, it can lead to a little bit of frustration, and we can get cranky when we've got that energy. So I feel you are kind of restructuring your schedule just to make sure you get the best of both worlds, helping people out, being a great friend, but also doing the stuff that you want to do for you as well, okay? Now, also we've got the Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So the main energy we're getting here is reunion with people that you haven't seen for a while. Some of you may actually get an invitation that you're going to love from someone or some people, a group of people that you haven't seen for a while. The Ace of Cups can also indicate like you're invited to an event, because I feel you may be introduced to someone if you're looking for love, and that stands to reason with these two cards. The Ace of Cups, of course, is divine intervention, offering you an opportunity to meet someone who is a potential soulmate, okay? So there is romance on the cards here, especially with the Lovers card there too. But also the Four of Wands is to spend time with good people in good company. So I feel like, you know, you've had a lot on your plate recently. This is about reaching out, being sociable. I mean, there may be a bit of a push and pull because your 12th house, it kind of influences you to withdraw, okay? So you may be thinking that you need to, take some quality time to either focus on your plans or to just get a rest, but the social scene is also calling you. You can have the best of both worlds there too, okay? Now also your 6th house of daily routines, it basically means your effort when you get the Ace of Cups and your 6th house, your effort is, second to none. You're giving life your all, and there will be celebration. I want you to be aware a Four of Wands means you hit a milestone, but there is still more to go. So again, it connects to the stepping stone or evidence that you're reaching a critical point that you're going to celebrate and be really proud of yourself. There is success here. These are cards of success. Something is being offered to you. So this could be an opportunity that you're really going to grab with both hands. And it feels like you hit that milestone, but there's another part to it that will come in later on. Now, also, I would say with the Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups, this is a creative time, a creative phase for you. And this is about celebrating your wonderful self and also having some emotional care. It's the best of both worlds, okay? So I feel this is all about your hopes, your dreams, and what you are capable of. And you're capable of so much, okay? Things are going to take a turn where it's a little bit easier as well. And of course, every Aries out there is going to want to accomplish something different. So it depends on your focus, but it may require a restructure of your schedule or a different approach in something that you do. Now, your outcome energy, we've got the Lovers card. This is about duality in your life, balance, harmony, and of course, having the best of both worlds. I mean, I would say when you've got the Lovers card here, these two are on a cycle, bicycle. So it feels very much like cycles of repeat that are nice, that feel good, that feel comfortable. That's important, of course. Comfort and stability are important in life, but I feel like you're detaching from anything that makes you feel low vibe energy. I feel that some of you with this Lovers card energy, it could be that you are releasing a relationship that you feel has run its course. Sometimes we outgrow friendships. You may notice that your friendship circle is getting smaller, but it is strengthening. So it's a process that we all go through. Now, with the Lovers card, of course, it basically means what your heart is yearning for, you're attracting it at this time. That's at grassroots. That's what this card means. And I feel like you're making a lot of effort to make it happen on your own terms. And when you get the Lovers card, of course, it can be choice. So you may have to make a major decision this month. And it could be a decision that, you Well, I'm getting an energy of, it seems to be a decision between family, friends, and maybe business, or maybe it's a project. I don't know. I feel it could be that, you know, you want to spend good quality time with people that you care about, but ultimately I feel there's also something you need to do. And I feel you can blend the energies, because of course we got the Temperance card there, so that is about blending. It's about making sure that you connect to all things that enrich your life. You know, variety is the spice of life. If you do one thing all the time, like go to the same restaurant or go to the same mall or see the same people, and, you know, of course that's wonderful. It's really nice to have that level of familiarity. But when you have the energy that we're working with this month and also the Tower, this is like, okay, what's outside of these things? What's outside of these people? So it's basically about connecting to situations that are new, exciting, spontaneous, and I mean, it could be like a spontaneous impromptu trip that you're invited to with friends, and you're like, yes, I'm up for that. You didn't see it coming, but it's now materializing. It's really happening. Could be an invitation that's sudden. For some of you, it's an invitation to a wedding or a sudden engagement or something that is impromptu, because I feel impromptu energy with you. Also, I'm going to pull a quick card with that Lovers card for you, especially with the Temperance card, because, you know, I see some difficult energy that you've been going through, the sacrifices that you made, but the Temperance card is about remaining on target. It's about examining priorities, and it's about connecting to your life's purpose. And in order to create a rainbow, which is rare, okay, in some places, most places, but you have to have certain ingredients in order to have a rainbow. There has to be sun, of course, and you already got that sun energy when I shuffle the cards, but also you need rain, okay? And really pay close attention to this pile. There's two rainbows here, so this can indicate you're creating something really special for your life, and it's been a lot of hard work. There's been a lot of disappointments along the way, but you're also achieving a lot right now, and you may not see that progress because you're going through a lot to make it happen. You know, blood, sweat, and tears. So that rain is all the times that things didn't work, or it's the difficulties that you've gone through, the moments that you had to release the pressure and say, you know what? Is this going to happen? It doesn't feel like it. And suddenly you have your breakthrough moment, and there's your rainbow. Because anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright by the end of the month. So there's some really like out of the blue special moments happening for you in the month of September. But I feel like you have been building to this moment, and now it's here. Okay? So let me just pull a card on that Lover's card for you. Ace of Swords. I mean, a lot of you are going to be talking to someone new if you're single. Every time I sort of shuffle the cards for something like major, I'm getting the Sun card or Aces for you. So this could be you are launching something or starting something. Could be a partnership either in business, or perhaps you're going to be starting talking to someone new, and it's going to be very beneficial. You know, this is a card of information, breakthrough. This is a breakthrough card. Can also indicate destiny intervenes to bring you the thing that you've been working hard to accomplish your whole life. Okay, so this is a pinnacle moment for you. When you get this card, there's going to be a lot of coincidences. So look out for meaningful names, numbers, synchronistic energies that are going on there. You know, even downloads of songs. I'm not being given a song right now, but there could be a song that is in your mind and then it plays on the radio or in a mall or something. So listen out for that. I'm also being given that things are going to be happening with great speed this month for you, but they are happening for your highest good. This could cause a level of frustration because you may feel that you have to manage all the energies that you're working with and of course the energies of people around you, but it's all happening in your favor. As you can see there, victory wreath kind of hangs from the crown. You know what you need to do. This could be a breakthrough on an idea, could be a breakthrough on something you've been strategizing on, could be you starting up something. This is a card of startups. Also, it's a card of someone taking accountability for their actions. So this could be the truth that is revealed that I mentioned, or it could be that you catch someone doing something and then they have to explain themselves, and then you'll know what to do next after that. Okay, this is a card of being honest with yourself as well. And for some of you, you may be scheduled to have like a procedure or surgery this month, I would say here, make sure you get good quality rest afterwards, because, you know, you'll just set yourself back if you don't. These cards are all about taking good quality rest and convalescing there. What else am I getting? I mean, with the Empress energy, I feel vitality returns, and I feel with the Ten of Cups, you know, being with your family, people visiting you, sending you gifts, things like that. There could be some unexpected things going on there too, which will be really nice for you. So huge hugs if you're going for a procedure or a surgery during this time. Now, also, we have the Empress energy. So this is about you nourishing yourself in a different way. You're paying close attention to your body's needs and your body's energy. So I did mention that you may be cutting something out that perhaps, you know, you feel it messes with your equilibrium in some way. It could be it clouds your energy, could be it clouds your vision, could be that perhaps you are going through some sort of hormonal fluctuation right now, and some of you may actually reach out to someone who is a pro. It doesn't have to be a masculine person, it can be any gender. This reading is not gender specific, but it could be someone who is a professional in the field who can help you monitor your hormonal levels, or pinpoint or locate something that's making you feel a little bit off. You will be back to best is what I see there. Also, when you get the Empress energy, this is a card that indicates you are ripe with potential. So right now, if you feel like you've hit a plateau in any area of your life, this is about smashing through that blockade, whether it's a money block, whether it is an energy block, whether it's a block at your work, whether it's a block in the community, whatever it is that's been restricting you or you feel has been holding you back. This is about smashing through that and reaching your full potential. And I feel like you're also manifesting for your highest good as well, because when you get these cards, this is like your heart is vibing at a certain frequency. It really wants something. Then you've got the Empress, which is having confidence that you are going to achieve it there. And finally, that Ten of Cups indicates it's delivered and the dream becomes a reality. You can be peaceful knowing that you accomplished what it is you set out to achieve in the first place. And don't forget to celebrate yourself along the way. Now, I would say some of you may be taking some vacation or trip to see a member of your family this month, or perhaps they come to see you, is what I see, because I feel people gathering together around you. There's a lot of love around you in the month of September. And the Ten of Cups, for some of you, this is real estate. You could be finding that property that you see as a dream family home, or maybe you're moving out of your parents' house. If you live with your parents, it could be that you're searching for more independence, or maybe if you live with flatmates, you could be like looking at alternative properties to see if there's anything in your price range. You're going to find something you're really happy with. Also, that Ten of Cups, this is an energy of looking at where you belong. Okay, the journey that you've taken to now, and also where you want to take life next. Some of you want to be a little bit more rural. You want to move to the country. And I definitely see this is something that you will be doing. But you may be thinking about when you move, you may be leaving some friends in the place that you have right now. And this may be something that you have on your mind before you make that decision. You know, the King of Swords is to remind you, think before you act. But also it reminds you, thoughts become things. So if there's any negative thoughts going on there, I feel like just be a little bit mindful of that, especially the inner critic. We all have the inner critic. Sometimes when we're about to accomplish something truly wonderful, suddenly doubt creeps in, or suddenly we feel a little bit of anxiety or fear. But I see that you're feeling the fear, doing it anyway, and I feel that you have strategized and you're making really great decisions for yourself that you're going to reap the rewards of there too. So I would say a successful month. Thanks so much. I'm so grateful. Now, I am hearing a song now, believe it or not. I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and I'm also clairaudient. I'm seeing lots of photographs, and I'm hearing a song, Baby Face. You've got the cutest little baby face. That's all I'm hearing. I really can't tell you who sings that song, and I know it's super, super famous. So I'm probably going to kick myself not knowing in this moment, or not remembering, and my guides are not giving me that. I'm only hearing the song. So this can indicate that Either you are going to be meeting with a family member who's going to talk about what you were like when you were little, or how cute you are, how cute you were as well when you were little. Maybe you're going to hear that someone is pregnant, or someone around you gives birth at this time. I mean, that song, you've got the cutest little baby face. I mean, I'm really getting more of an energy about nostalgia, about looking back at how far you've come, you know, the dreams and goals and the hopes and wishes, and how we take that journey of life to where we are now, and that every experience you had, it makes you who you are right now, how strong you are, how far you've come. And there is a lot of good stuff for you to come as well, okay? Some of you may be... especially if you are pregnant right now, it can be that you're giving birth. I would say for some of you, you may give birth a little bit earlier than expected, but it's going to be wonderful, okay? So I feel like it's not too far away from your due dates. It's nothing like critical there, but it can be that you're going to have like an early riser baby, someone who is going to really shake things up a little bit in a really good way. And I can't give any more energy regarding that song, so I'm not really sure, but congratulations if that's you, if you've just actually had a child, or if you're about to have one. I would listen out for that song as well. Maybe it's a sign or a symbol about something coming your way, but I can't imagine what, apart from what I've mentioned already. I just get a sense of peace, white doves, lots of white doves there, and I mean, yeah, I'm just getting a sense of you leave the month really proud of yourself, that some good things came your way, and that you managed to stay on top of life, and it ran smoother than it has done for a while. But it may start with a bit of a bang, okay? It may start with a bit of a surprise, and it's a good one. So we got North Node, life purpose. We've got supermoon, energies running high, revealing what's hidden. We've got Scorpio energy there as well. I mean, the Tower is actually an Aries Scorpio card. Okay, so it can be this combustible energy. You know, in order to regenerate our lives, we have to change the landscape. You have to be the change that you seek in your world. If you think about a volcano, for example, it erupts and it reshapes the landscape. So I see a lot of you are just restructuring your life in some way. Could be decluttering, could be as simple as that, or it could be a lifestyle change. Or it could be that, you know, if someone keeps coming towards you and they bring drama to your door or chaotic energy, you're saying enough is enough. It's disrupting my inner peace and I'm not taking it anymore. Drawing a line in the sand. So we have lunar eclipse and we have solar eclipse. Whoa. Okay. So that's some big energy there. And they all bring dramatic change. So this month, you know, expect the unexpected, but I see a lot of good things coming your way. So we have North Node. Okay, so this is your sense of purpose, the legacy. I was talking about that, so I'm not surprised to see this card showing up for you. North Star, life purpose, journey, karmic destiny, the learning period, the path, overcoming the challenge, fulfillment, and fruition. So a lot of good things happening for you here. Even if you're not in your North Node right now, it can indicate that, you know, you are thinking about your direction and you are right on target. Anything that you are connecting to this month, I feel like you turn your hand to it and it's really awesome. I mean, I would say that for some of you, there could be an abrupt end of a contract, like to a service provider, or perhaps you see a business that you regularly go to and it suddenly closes down. I mean, there could be some surprises there. It could be that your neighborhood drastically changes in some way, or it can be, especially with the Tower, it can be that there may be some noise disruption, whether you're trying to work on something and they're doing some reconstruction work across the street, or there's some sort of demolition going on. I feel, you know, that could bring disruption this month, but I feel actually you're very focused, so it really won't get in the way there. We've also got supermoon, emotions running high. Now this is going to definitely connect with your 12th house, which is governing you. It says here, cutting cords, some of you literally cutting cords to friendships or relationships from the past, doing a lot of processing, emotional work. We've also got surfacing of old issues, okay? Now, when that happens, it is kind of triggering you to see if you are over the issue, to see if you have moved on from it. And sometimes surfacing of old issues, it allows us to put things finally to peace. So I feel a lot of you are moving on from something that has been critical or has been haunting you in some way. We've also got drama, revealing what's hidden, restless, positive changes at hand. So I did mention at the beginning that some of you, if you feel stuck in a situation, or you feel if you've been in a cycle of repeat, you tend to get a bit restless, and it's about breaking out of that. You know, it's like birthing pains in life, right? When things get to a critical stage, we start to get frustrated and we just make that change. Things have to get critical before we make a change, because sometimes we actually accept less than we truly deserve, or we put up with things that we think, you know what, it's just easier if we just stay silent. But not this time. So I feel like you are speaking your truth, being heard, and making some radical changes that will benefit you. I've also got that Scorpio energy, which is to transform, to regenerate. So more energy this month. Some of you may be working on something behind the scenes. We've got transformation, secretive, obsessive, mysterious, intense, manipulative. I did mention that manipulative energy there. Destructive, maybe jealous people. Primal, lustful. So this could be that you're tapping into your passions, that primal, lustful kind of energy to go after your goals and dreams, almost to the point where you're obsessive. So I would say, you know, don't spread yourself too thin. Things could become critical. And sometimes if we overwork ourselves, both body, mind, and soul, the body has a way of saying, enough. We'll bring you down with a seasonal cold, or you'll lose your voice, for example, or something will happen that the body says, I can't cope with this. Stop pushing me through. I've said I need a break. Listen to your body. But looking at your energy with that Empress energy, you are listening to your body. Now, we do have lunar eclipse there. Okay. And it says here, dramatic change, shift in perception, unveiling, disillusion, cycles ending, beginning, and transformation. And you have a lot of cycles ending, but it's almost like you're changing lanes in life. Things are going to get pretty fast and positive pretty soon. Okay, so I feel like this lunar eclipse energy is working in your favor. So I mean, you could have some really positive news on the 17th of September, which is going against the grain a little bit for everybody else. We've also got solar eclipse, and although we don't have one of those, shocking event, fast changes, new chapter, leaving what is familiar. Oh my gosh, I literally said that. Awakening, feeling lost, so reinventing. So if you have been feeling like your world has been turned upside down, or you came to this reading and there was a shock, you're rebuilding stronger, okay? Also, I feel that some of you are reconnecting to a part of yourself that you feel you've lost touch with for quite some time. And it's a reinvention, a revamping of things. So I feel this is a very empowered month for you. And you're tapping into a lot of energy to change your life for the better. So I'm going to go and get some trinkets or rune for you. We've only got one. Oh my gosh. I'm loving the one you got though. It's the handcuff and it says freedom on it. Can you see that? I mean, I'm going to show it up to the camera as much as possible. Hopefully you can see it says freedom, and the handcuff, I don't know if you can see that, it's actually open. So this is freedom. This is liberating yourself out of a stuck situation. You're no longer tied to something that's either holding you back or, you know, it's breaking free. So this is a great month for you. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates for you in some way, because this was quite a complex reading, so it may not resonate with everyone, but I have to give you the energy that I'm being given. And of course, if it does resonate in some shape or form, please like or subscribe to my channel. It's completely free for you. All you have to do is press that notification bell. It lets you know when I update my next message, and lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. And as you've probably gathered, I'm running a little bit behind. There was something personal that came up that I had to adhere to first before I could connect to all the monthly readings. So I do apologize that this reading is a little bit delayed there, but I will be announcing the winner of that second competition. I will be announcing it in the next day or so, because I had to catch up on that as well. So I haven't revealed it yet. So if you're asking, it will be up in the next day or so. So thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.